Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My beloved brothers and sisters, I'm going to show to you something that I've been seeking an answer to for a very long time regarding the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I hope inshallah ta'ala that you will find this to be of benefit to you and something that you can implement in your life inshallah. Doing the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has immense amount of benefits. There are too many for me to mention in this moment in time. But one of the things that I've always found is when people go through problems in life, whether it be a trial or tribulation, whether it be the case that they are struggling with something, or they are finding it difficult to get over sadness or depression or anxiety, or they're trying to remove from themselves the habit of doing haram things and sins, I would always encourage people and say, look, you need to do the dhikr of Allah. You need to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and focus on that, because Allah commanded us in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And a lot of the times I find that people's responses to me would be, I do my morning and evening adhkar. And so, these adhkar that you do will protect you from certain things. And I would always ask myself and say, look, a person's doing adhkar, you're remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're doing that, and you're not still receiving the benefit from doing the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And of course there are, generally speaking, external reasons that could be the cause of this as well. But then I recently came across something which really started to add up in regards to perhaps maybe when we do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're not doing it the way that Allah wants us to do it. Now that doesn't mean that we're not saying the right words. We're saying the words that the Quran and the Sunnah mention, but there's a manner of doing so. There's a manner in doing the dhikr of Allah, and I'm going to show to you exactly what I mean. If we go to Surah Al-Ahzab, ayah number 35, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He lists for us, characteristics of the believers, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in al-Muslimina wal-Muslimat, He talks about the Muslim men and the Muslim women, wal-Mu'minina wal-Mu'minat, wal-Qanitina wal-Qanitat, wal-Sadiqina wal-Sadiqat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes and mentions the people that, give sadaqah, the people that are obedient, the people that are patient, the people that are truthful, the people that, protect themselves from haram, the people that fast. Allah mentions a list, a group of people. And then at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions the people that do dhikr. But look what He says subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, وَالذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا وَالذَّاكِرَاتِ. Allah said, all of these people, the people that fast, the people that give sadaqah, the people that do this, the people that do that, all of these noble actions, and also الذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا, the believing men and women that do the dhikr of Allah, but they do it kathiran. They don't do it qalilan, little. They do it kathiran. The word kathiran means they do it a lot. Allah said, for those people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for them forgiveness and a mighty reward. The thing that stood out for me here is that the description that Allah gave to the people that do dhikr, He didn't give it to any of the other characteristics. He didn't say the people that fast a lot, the people that give sadaqah a lot. Allah tabarak ta'ala didn't say that. But when it came to the people of dhikr, He specifically mentioned those that do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot. And that's when it hit me, and that's when it made sense that perhaps it's not just about doing dhikr alone, but it's about being a person that does the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot. Look what Shaykh Abdul Rahman ibn Nasir Sa'di, he mentions regarding this. And he mentions that to do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kathir, and those people, right? Meaning fi akthar al-awqat, in the majority of the times, okay, that are in the day. Meaning, it's not the case that you're just remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the morning and the evenings, but you're doing it for everything that the Prophet ﷺ taught us to do, the remembrance of Allah. When you wake up in the morning, when you go to the toilet, when you come out the toilet, when you finish making your wudu, when you start your wudu, when you eat your food, when you finish your food, when you put on your clothes, when you take off your clothes, when you walk out the house, when you walk back in the house, when you go to the masjid, when you leave the masjid, the adhkar after the salah. There are so many times throughout the day that Allah Ta'ala and His Messenger والسلام, have taught us about doing the dhikr of Allah. The one that is doing it majority of the times of the day is the one that's doing the dhikr of Allah kathiran. Meaning you are doing the dhikr the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do it, which is a lot. To give you another example, in ayah number 41 in Surah Al-Ahzab, literally just 5, 6, 7 ayat later, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says what? He says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. He said, oh, those of you that have iman, those of you that believe in me. Allah saying, those of you that believe in me, subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, Udhkurullaha dhikran kathira. Remember Allah with a lot of dhikr. So not only did He just previously mention 6 ayat previously, out of all the characteristics, this one was mentioned, dhakireen Allah kathiran, that the people of dhikr do it a lot. He then commands me and you and says, do the dhikr a lot. Remember me a lot. And I realize perhaps this is where it's gone wrong. This is why people, they don't feel the benefit from the dhikr. There are obviously, like I said, external reasons as well. There's also the issue of a person not knowing what you read. I mean, how when you do the dhikr of Allah, a lot of these adhkar are du'as, they are supplications. And when you make a dua to Allah, you can't have a qalb, a heart which is ghafil, which is heedless. You don't even know what you're asking Him for. And so a person also needs to understand the meanings behind what you're saying. What is the meaning within these terms that you're putting together and you're reciting 33 times? What do they mean? But also being a person that does the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot. So my beloved brothers and sisters, if this was something that's new to you, just as it was for me, perhaps maybe the thing that's missing in our lives is that we're not remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot, the way that He deserves to be remembered. And so I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes us from those people that remember Him subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot. May Allah bless you all. I just wanted to share this very small benefit that I recently came across. And I ask Allah ta'ala that He increases us in the ability. We should make this dua all the time and say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Which is we say, oh Allah, help me, assist me and aid me ala dhikrika, in remembering you, right? Wa shukrika, and showing gratitude to you, and in perfecting wa husni ibadatik, and perfecting my ibadah towards you. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from us. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.